Just go to the Google, type dev cpp, go for the first link, and here download is there. Just click on the download. It will download a software like this. Just click on that setup. It will ask yes or no, then yes. Just type if there is yes, yes. If it is next and next, that's it, nothing else. It will be downloaded like this. After that, it will be some shortcut like this. It is like this. It is going to be a shortcut like this. If you open this one, it will be like this, dev cpp. Then go for control n. Control n means, if it is, I will show you control r. It will be open like this, dev cpp. If you open the dev cpp, it will be like this. We can open new file, control n, or we can go for file and a new. Control n, new source file like this. We can do like this also, or we can directly control n is for new file. Okay, here file new source file. It will be created one new file, or else control n is going for the new file. Then how to save it? Here I am creating one folder for you. I am going to save all the files here, skillup_c. I am going to save all your programs here in this file, in this folder, and here I am going to save. If you are not writing anything, if you press Ctrl S, it is not accepting accept to save here. If you observe here, the save is not like this. Then type something else and press Ctrl S. Then it will be asking to save wherever you want. I want to save this file in SkillupC folder, and I am going to write some first. Here it is save type as not C++ programs. We have to go for C source files and save here and remove the content. Just open here, just look at here. It is going to be first and the type is C source file. If it is C source file, then only you will correctly save the file. For example, Control N, type something else, and Control S, and give the name, and save type as C source files, and press save. Okay, then click on save here. Then if you look, then you click on like this, it will be going to be C source file. It will be C source file, then only it will be correct file. Okay. Control N to create a new file, Control S to save the file. Clear everyone? I think how to save the file. First of all, what is the software we are using? That is dev cpp. And after installation, it will be giving some shortcut on the desktop. Just click on that one. And after the software is open, then click on Control N. This is the file. This is the where we are going to write the C program. Then we can write something else. Then press Control S to save the file. Control N to create a new file. Control S to save the file. There are so many editors, but this is a good editor. Okay. We can use both C and C++ in the same platform. Okay, right. Now, what is the basic structure of C program? Note down, everyone. What is the basic structure of C program? Basic structure of C program is header files, okay, then main function, statements. statements in main function. Okay, header files, main function. This is the basic structure of C program. Okay, basic structure. Every time when you are writing, when you are starting the C program, we have to maintain all these things. Header files, main function. Within the curly brackets, we have to write some statements in the main function. What is curly bracket represents here? Curly bracket represents a block of statements. Block means what we are writing inside this block, that set of statements are belonging to this function. Okay, this is one group. It is going to be curly bracket defined to be a block of statements. Write down everyone, this is the basic structure of C program. Basic structure of C program. Header files, I will explain everything. Header files, main function. Within the brackets, within the curly brackets, we have to write statements in the main function. Okay, this is our first C program. I am going to write here. What is header files? Here every time we are writing like this. Why we are writing like this, we don't know. I will increase the font here. Just wait. How to? Just mute everyone. Just mute. If you have any doubt, then only unmute it. Editor options, fonts, yes, I'm going to increase the font of the screen. Here, go to tools. This is editor options. Just click on the editor options and go to the fonts and increase the font size and click on OK here. Okay. Now I am going to write one header file. How to write some header file? We all know that in the first year we are writing like this. Why we are writing like this, we don't know. What is stdio.h? We are writing hash include stdio.h, some int main. Write down the basic structure also. Statements like this. Yes, note down in the parallel to this one. Write down this one. Hash include stdio.h. This is the header files. And this is the main function. And this is the brackets within the right. I am writing some statements here. I am writing return 0. I will explain everything. Note down. This is the syntax. This is the syntax of the main syntax of the C program. Main syntax of the C program. Hash include within the greater than and less than and greater than stdio.h, int main, open bracket and closed bracket, then inside it return 0. This is the basic structure. When we are open any C program, you have to write all these ones. For example, Control N. I am going to write one C program. First of all, I am going to write every time I am going to write these lines. Then only I will write anything else. Okay? Note down. Basic structure, basic syntax of C program. Okay. Yes. Then what is stdio.h and why we are writing int main, and what is this one return 0? Okay, first of all I will explain it. If you are not understanding, just leave it. When you are understanding this one means when we go for functions concept, then you will clearly understand what it is. Okay, but here also I am going to explain what it is. Just listen, that's it. Here what is some header file here. These header files are going to support this functionality, support the functionality what we are writing here. That means this header files, not only stdio.h, so many header files are there. We can also create our own header files. Okay. This angular brackets represents what we are writing inside this one. This is a predefined header file. Okay, if you are using our own header file, that means if you are creating some name.h like this, this is our own header file. That means user defined header file. This is user defined header file. If you are using this less than and greater than, this is going to be predefined header file. Predefined header file means it is coming with the compiler. When I am installing the C program, that Dev CPP or Turbo C, anything else, that is, these are the default properties. This is the header file. Header file is going to support our own function. Okay, our own function. Okay, then what is support? What is support means, in this header file, for example, what I am saving this program, I am saving my program, it is going to be saved as .c. Every time it is going to be a .c file, right? .c, here look at here, first .c. For example, I am going to save this text file, it is going to be saved with .txt. Here also some content is there. Here also some content is there. That means some files are going to be saved with some dot extension. Some files are with .c, some files are .txt, some files are .dox, like that. Like this also, this is going to be saved with .h. That means this is also one file. No doubt about that. It is going to be contain some predefined functions. Already some defined functions are there. What functions are there? That means this is the stdio. Stdio means standard input output .h file, .header file. Okay, in C program, standard input function is scanf, and standard output function is printf. Okay, that means the scanf function is used to read input from the keyboard, and printf is used to print the data to the console. I will show you that two functionalities are placed in this header file. Then we are going to write here, for example, some hi like this. I am going to write here printf hi. I am writing printf hi. If I am going to execute, I will show you, I will explain how to execute it. It is going to be print some hi. How it is going to be print? Using this printf functionality. This printf functionality is written in this file, this header file. Look at here. I am eliminating that .header file, stdio.h file. Look at here, the error, implicit declaration of built-in function printf. That means printf function is giving some error. Why it is giving some error? The functionality of printf is not defined here. It is not getting any support from our program. If I am writing like this, if I am writing #include stdio.h, it will get support. For example, how to execute the program. Here, look at here, execute. If you compile it, it will be giving like this: error 0, warning 0. For example, if I am missing any semicolon here, I am going to execute it. Look at here, expected semicolon before return. That means it is going to be giving some error like this. Where it is in the menu, there is some execution. Compile is there. What is the shortcut for compile? That is F9 function button, not F9. It is F9 function key. That is okay. If I am clicking on F9 functionality, F9 function button, it will be giving like this. Then look at this. This is the run. That is F10. When you click for run, when first of all we go for compile, then only we go for run every time. Okay, I will show you the difference. If I am going F10 here, it will be giving the output like this. If you want to done both the compile and run at the same time, go for F11. F11 is the best option here. Okay, compile and run is good, is F11. For example, if I am clicking F11 functionality, it will be compiling at the same time and running the program at the same time. For example, here I am going to write instead of hi, I am going to write hello. Every time, look at here, one star is there. What is the star represents? That means the content is not saved at all. Just if I am pressing Control S here, the star is going to be deleted here. For example, if any modification, if I am giving some space here, then automatically it is giving one star here. Control S to save the program every time. When we are executing the program, just first of all we have to save it. Okay, that is the best practice every time. If you are giving any modifications, first of all we have to save that program. We have to save the program. Then, for example, some students are thinking that there is no need of compilation here. I am going directly to the run. Look at the output. What is the output here? It is showing hi. But I already changed that hello. Then why it is showing hi here? That means it is going to be run on last modified compilation state. Okay, what is last modification compilation state? At that it is going to be print hi, right? That's why when you are writing, when you are clicking on run, it is giving the previous output, not the present output. That's why every time we have to compile first of all. After compilation, then only we have to click on run. Okay, now look at here, the output is hello. Why it is? The compilation state is going to be taken as now the present state, what we are writing in the code. Okay, instead of this one, we have to directly go for compile and run. Okay, hello. Just note down the shortcuts here. To compile, the function key is F9 is the shortcut. F9 is the shortcut. For run, F10 is the shortcut. Both compile and run, F11 is the shortcut. F11. The function keys are from F1 to F12 is there. F1 to F12. Okay. We have to use F9, F10 and F11. That is enough for us. Okay. How to save the file? Control S. Every time when we are writing when we are doing any modifications, we have to save the program, then compile, then run. Okay? Then only it will give accurate result, perfect result. Okay. Then what is the main here? Then what is the main? Main is a function. Main is a function where the compilation is going to be start. Where the compilation is going to be start. Every time when we are clicking on execute or compile or run, the program, the C compiler is going to be start at this position. Start at this position only. Every time. Okay, the program execution is, note down everyone, the program execution is going to be started main function. That means what is the first line of the program? What is the first line of the program? This is not the first line of the program. This when I am writing here, this is the first line of the program. Why? Because this is the main functionality. And what is the first line of the program? In the main function, what is the first line? That is the first one. Okay, main function is used for where the compilation is going to be start. Okay, I'm writing here what is int, what is int, what is return 0. I will explain. I think I will explain at functions concept. Just up to now, just write what I'm writing here. Int main of return 0. Okay, what is this means? I will explain briefly. That's it. This is some function. Some function means it is doing some task here. It is doing some task. No doubt about that. It is doing some task. If you are doing some task, you gain something. Okay, that means if you are doing some work, we get some money, right? That means this is the main is the function. If you are doing some function, this is called the return type. What is this? This is called a return type. This function is going to be give some output as integer value. That's why I'm writing here return 0. Instead of return 0, we can write any integer value. No doubt about that. Okay? Not 0. We are nothing, return nothing. That's why I'm writing like this. Instead of this one, we can write void also. Void means void means this function is returns nothing. This function returns nothing. Void means nothing. But instead of that one, I am writing every time int return 0. Why I am writing int return 0 instead of void? Well, there is a simple reason. Why? Because in CoCubes examination or any programming platforms, they are using int main and return 0. This is the basic syntax of main function. That's why I am also taking the int main also. Int main here. Int main and return 0. Just you also go for int main and return 0. Okay, that's why I am using. In CoCubes and everything, we can write this. This is also no problem here. Void, that means we can delete this line. No problem here. There is no syntactical error, anything. It is going to be printed. No problem here. But instead of that one, this is the best practice. Why? Because all the coding competitions are using like this. If when you are when we are appearing for going for any competitive exam, for example, if you go for void main and nothing written, it will be give some warnings. We have to follow the trend, right? That's why I am going for int main and return 0. There is no need to write some void like this. Okay, this is the basic structure of C program. And what is the use of computer programming languages? First of all, we are going to learn some C programming here, but we don't know what is the use here. Why you are learning C programming? Why you are learning C programming means, for example, I have only the knowledge about some Telugu language only. Okay, for example, you learn only you know only some Chinese language. Okay, I want to communicate with you. But you cannot understand what I am telling here. The same thing you are also communicating with you, but I am not understanding. I am not getting what you are telling here. We are going to give some mediator. We are going to take one mediator. I am going to explain the mediator in Telugu, and he is going to be translated in Chinese, and that Chinese language you have to that person is delivered to you. The same thing is going to be happen like this. Some mediator is there, right? The same thing here also. The computer knows only binary language. Only binary language. What is binary language? Binary language means 1 and 0. Binary language 1, 0 means binary. Two values, only two values. Computer knows only two values. Every machine knows only two values, that is 1 and 0, either true or false. Any statement, it is going to be converted into like this. Any number, any value. What I am writing here, what I am writing all these values are going to be converted into binary language every time. Okay, the computer knows only binary language, the human knows only English. Okay, now we are going to communicate with our English language to that binary language. Then programming languages are coming here. Programming languages are coming here, like Python, C, Java, C Sharp. Any programming language is going to communicate with some computer, that means some binary language, and it is going to be communicate with that and get the results coming back. The programming language main agenda is going to communicate with the system. That's it. And it is going to be process something, and it is going to be give some result. Okay, that is the main process of the programming language. Okay, what is that? We are going to communicate with the system. The system knows only binary language, we all knows only English. We are going to not writing, I am writing here, hi, hello system, not like this. I am going to write like this. No, the system cannot understand the English language, but we are communicating with the English language using some set of rules. The programming languages are going to be constructed here. How to communicate with the system, how to get the results from the system. Based on the rules, the programming languages are built here. We are going to learn the rules, that means the syntaxes, and how to communicate and how to work with that. That is called learning programming language. Every time we are going to learn Python, C, C Sharp, anything, we are going to learn the syntax and how to communicate with the system, how to get some friendship, how we are going to do some friendship with the system. Yes, if you know the communication, then only, right? Then only we can friendship with anyone. You can understand the feelings and you can understand the problems with the system. Then only we will get some best friends here. That's why the programming languages are coming. Now we are going to learn one of the programming languages, that is C. C is the best programming language for the beginners every time. Why? Because it teaches us the very core logic. This is not a low level programming language nor a high level programming language. It is a beginner friendly and very useful language. Why? Because it will teach us the basic core programming and core logic every time. Very simple every time. Just if you know exactly what C programming is doing, you can learn remaining programming languages within a week. No doubt about that. Within a week we can learn any programming language if you are good at C programming. Okay, that much of core knowledge, the C program, vast knowledge is there. Vast knowledge, vast concepts. Okay, then this is the basic program. Write some hello, this is, I'm writing here, this is C programming class. For example, I'm going to execute it, it is going to be print, this is C programming class, that's it. What is the, how I am, with what statement I am going to print the line? Using a printf function here. Okay, note down everyone, the first program, the basic program here, the simple program, that is to print something on the console. Just look at every time. I am going to delete this one. How to write every time the programming language. going to write hash include std voltage. After that, I am going to write here int main. Whenever you are going for open bracket, immediately we have to close it. Okay, some students are thinking that yes, we have to close after total program. After total program, I want to close. What is the problem? There is no problem at all. Then when it is no problem, if it is only one bracket, there is no problem here. But when we are writing some programs, it is going to be taken number of brackets is there. Number of brackets is there. Every time we have to open and close it. If you are not closing it, it will be confusion when we are writing the program. When we are writing the program, if you open one bracket, immediately we have to close it. Immediately at the same time we have to close it. That is the best practice every time. Then only we have to write the code. Yes, I am writing here int main. First of all, how we are going to write? Syntax. We have to write the syntax first and go for the content every time. Return 0. First of all, every time when we are writing the program, we have to write like this. Okay, some students are writing this return here. That is not a syntactical error, but the best practice indentation. What is that? Indentation means giving some tab space. I am clicking here tab button, which is in above the key caps lock button. Some tab button is there. I am going to give some tab. Tab means it is indicated that indentation level. That means we are going to give some block of statements inside. That is going to be give some beautiful nature to the program. Every time we have to write some indentation level. Okay.
Sir,
అమ్మా చెప్పమ్మా.
sir, మీరు రిటర్న్ స్పెల్లింగ్ తప్పు రాశారు సార్.
Okay, sorry. Okay, now I am going to write a printf statement. Just look at here. I am going to write the syntax every time. First of all, we have to write the syntax. This is the syntax of printf statement. Printf open bracket, closed bracket and semicolon. Then only I am going inside and I am writing a hi here. Every time, first of all, we have to write the syntax every time. We have to write the syntax coming out and this is the syntax. Then we have to move for the content. Okay. Okay, every time we are going to write in any syntax. Every time we are going to first of all write the syntax first and the content next methodology every time. This is the syntax and going in the middle I am going to write some content every time. Okay, this is the best practice every time. I am writing here printf. I am writing semicolon here. Every line in the C program indicates a semicolon. Semicolon means it is the end of line. End of end of the line. It indicates end of the line. Okay, every time we have to mention semicolon after the statement. Every statement we have to write a semicolon here also. But why I am not writing here the semicolon? Yes, here I am not writing the semicolon for the main. Why I am not writing semicolon for the main? Yes, some exemption is there. What is that means? When some statements in not only main, some other functions also, some other statements also, there is no semicolon. But why means here, look at here, printf, some high and semicolon. That means if we are putting the semicolon, the functionality of the functionality of the printf is going to be end here. Same return also, it is going to be the functionality of the return is ended here. But look at here, the main functionality is going to be started here and ended here. These type of statements will never use semicolon. Okay, that means if you are using semicolon, the functionality of the line is going to be end in the same line. Then only we will go for semicolon. That type of statements only conclude with the semicolon. Okay, that's why printf is ended with semicolon and return is ended with semicolon. That's why main is not ended with semicolon. Okay, is it clear? I think printf statement, simple basic program, print high. This is the basic intro of any programming language, not only C, any programming language this is. Every time we have to write, when we are writing on the paper also, we have to maintain the indentation. Okay? Indentation is not a syntax here. In C programming language, indentation is not a syntax. But we have to follow that one. We have to follow. We are engineering students, right? We have to follow some beautiful nature, and when we are writing one program, yes, this is written by some engineering student, not any other student. Okay, we have to maintain some standards. Yes. Then note down variables. What is called variables here? Why I am telling the variables and some basic data types. Basic data types. Basic data types in C programming language is int, float, and char. Write down everyone. Basic data types in C programming language int. That is the core. Really, that is called core data types in any programming language. Core data types in any programming language is int, float, and char. We observe any data, for example, how many marks you get. You got some 67 marks. What is your percentage? That is 76.4. And what is your grade and what is your name? I'm going to write here the name. Every time the data is going to be in the 3 different types only: int, float, and character. There is no other data type, right? This is the core data types every time. That is int, float, and characters. Char. Int. These are the keywords also. These are the keywords: int, float, and char. And note down here also the access specifiers. Access specifiers of right like this. This is for int. The access specifier is percentage %d. I will explain what it is. And for float, it is going to be percentage %f. For character, it is going to be percentage %c. Okay. And how many bytes it is going to be stored? My system is some DCPP is going to store some 64-bit. That's why the 4 byte here. What is the size? The size is going to be 4 bytes. 4 bytes is going to be 4 bytes. This is going to be 1 byte. The memory is going to be taken like this. For integer, it is going to be 4 bytes. When you are studying, it is going to be taken as the 2 bytes. The integer is going to be variation. All the remaining are same. For it is a 32-bit system. It is a 32-bit system. It is going to be take 2 bytes here, but it is a DevCPP. Here it is going to be take some 4 bytes of memory. 4 bytes of memory. It is also 4 bytes. Float is also 4 bytes. Character is 1 byte here. Okay. Just note down the chart like this. Data types. And what is the access specifiers here? Access specifiers. And this is the memory that is going to be allocated in the system. For int 4 bytes. Float is 4 bytes. Character is 1 byte. Okay. And what is the variable here? And now I am telling that what is the variable? Variable is nothing that some container, some box. It is some container every time. Variable is looking like this, some container. It is going to be some container. Container means it contains something, right? I am going to place like this, some contain some value. I am going to place some data on the container. What type of data I am going to save? What is the name? I am going to give some number. The name of the container is num, and it is going to be store some integer value. That's why we have to mention what is the data type here. That is int. Int num. I am going to place in this container. I can place only integer values. For example, here I am going to place some floating values. I am going to place. I am going to write here some float. I am going to write like this float num. That means it is going to be store some floating data types, floating data. Okay. Variable is nothing. Every time it is going to be a container, it is going to be store the data. What type of data we are going to store? We have to mention with the data type. What is the core data types? Int, float, and character. Okay. I am going to delete this chart here. Just everyone note down. Note down this chart. Ma.
Why characters having only 1 byte, sir?
Why? Hello?
Having 1 byte, sir.
For character, why it is only 1 byte?
Yes, sir.
I will explain. I will show you. Okay? Just wait some time. I will show you. No doubt. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to clear this data types chart. Now I am going to take int num is equal to some 100. Okay, here I am taking that some int num is equal to 100. How I am going to print that num value? The printf statement is working for two types. It is going to be print only the text or contain some variables also. It's going to be print text along with the variables. How I am going to print the variables? What is the data type of this num variable? The num variable data type is integer. For integer, what is the access specifier? That means how I am going to access that integer variables. What is the access specifier for integer? That is percentage d. There is no space between percentage and d. It is going to be only one word, that is percentage d, not like this. Okay, this is going to be percentage d, and putting comma, and I am going to write num. Okay, percentage d comma num. I am going to execute it. Look at the output. It is going to be print the 100. In this way, if it is a floating value, I am going to write percentage f. If it is a character, it is percentage c. It is going to be percentage int. That's why I am going to use percentage d here. Okay, in this way we are going to print. The variable name is num here, and it is going to be 100, and it is going to be int. I am going to tell you what is the size of integer. Size of is one operator. Size of is a one single word. Size of, not size space of. Size of int. I am going to write here. I am going to write here size of int. For example, if I am going to execute it, look at here. How many bytes it is going to be? It is going to be 4 bytes, right? I will show you how it is storing the data in data using that 4 bytes. I will explain. Okay, why characters are taking only 1 byte also I will explain. Just look at here. For example, I am going to take size of int. Just everyone mute your microphones. Printf percentage d size of int. Instead of int, I can write that num also. What is the size of num? How it is going to be? For example, the output is 4, no doubt about that. What is the data type of that variable? The data type of the variable is int. Yes. What is the size of int? Int is 4 bytes. That's why the num is also 4 bytes here. Okay. For example, I am going to write here some float. If I write float some a is equal to some 12.3 like this. I'm going to print here a float. Look at here. here I am going to write some float, size of float. What is the size of float here? The size of float is 4 bytes. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print of 4 bytes. Here it is float also. I am writing percentage d. Why I am writing percentage d? That is not, I am not printing any floating value here. I am not printing a value. I am going to print what is the size of the float. The size of the float is every time integer. That's why I am taking is here percentage d. For example, I am going to print here what is the value inside a. What is the value inside a? I am going to use the percentage f like this. I am going to execute it. It is going to be print like this, not 12.3 every time. It is going to be give some 6 decimal values. Every time it is going to be print 6 decimal values. Okay. For example, if I am going to take some character, character ch is equal to, I am going to take some z like this. I am going to display the value here. What is that? It is a character percentage c comma ch. I'm going to write that integer also. Printf percentage d comma no. Okay, now I'm going to execute it. What is the value inside ch? Ch is some z, small z value. I am going to execute it. It is going to be print the z value, the integer value, and the floating value and the character value. But there is no space here and nothing is there. And I am going to give some new line every time. Then slash n. Slash n represents new line. Slash n represents new line here. I am going to write here slash n. That means when we are printing one number, it is going for new line. For a floating number, it is going to be print new line. For the character, it is going to be print new line. There is no need, I think. If I am going to execute it, look at here. Every value is going to be placed in new line. 100 floating value and the character like this. And one more is there. That is a tab space. For example, if I am going to execute it, it is going to give some tab space. That means 4 spaces are there, every character. For every variable, I am going to print here. Instead of that space, if we want any space, instead of only give here. If I am going to give some 2 spaces like this, if I am going to execute it, it is going to be print like this. No worries. When we are going for, it is going to be slash n. This is the only one we are going to use every time. Slash n. Slash n is represents new line. Note down everyone how I am going to print all the values. The 3 different core data types: int, num, float. A is equal to 12.3, char h is equal to z. I am going to print like this. Just note down everyone. Just maintain one notes. And what I am teaching here, just note down on the notes. What is the basic data? What is the basic structure of C program, and what is the core data types, and how I am going to write the printf statement, and what are the core data types, and what is the access specifiers, and what is the size of the data types, and write the main program. And I am going to mention here. I'm going to write here what is the size also. Percentage d, size of num. Okay. Percentage d, comma size of a. Is d, size of ch. I'm going to execute it. Look at the output here. For integer it is 4 bytes. For float it is 4 bytes. For character it is 1 byte here. Note down. Okay. Then I'm going to write some comments. How to write comments in C program. What is the comment means? It is going to give some additional information. I'm going to write here. This is character printing. Character printing. Some additional information I am going to mention here. If it is a single line, I go for here. I'm going to write here my first program. Is going to be a single line comment. That means the comment means that is not part of the program. If I am going to compile it, just look at, there is no errors at all. That is not included in the program. For example, if I am going to remove these two lines, if I am going to compile it, is going to be given error. Okay, that means if you are writing any lines on the comment, that is not included in the program here. For indications, for any additional information, we are going to give that comments here. That is single line comments. Double slash is going to be give that this is going to be a single line comment. How to write some multiple line comments? That means some paragraph I am going to write here, telling about myself or anything. What is the program is going to be do? I am going to write here in the multiple lines slash star and star slash. Inside this one I am going to write multiple lines here, slash star star slash. Inside we can write n number of lines, that is going to be a multiple line comment in C. Star slash star star slash. Okay everyone, multi-line comment and single line comment. Single line comment is going to be indicated with a double slash. Multi-line comment is going to be with slash star star slash. Inside we can write n number of lines. Okay, in this way we are going to write some multi-line and single line comments here. Now write variable name rules. Variable name rules. Variable name rules. variable name rules. In any programming language, these rules are common. In Python or C, Java, in any programming language, these variable name rules we have to follow. Okay, what is that? The character set for the variable names is a small a to z and a capital A to z, capital A to z, 0 to 9, and only one special character, that is underscore, shift minus symbol. Okay, this is called underscore. Using these characters only, that is small a to z, capital A to z, 0 to 9, and underscore, with these characters only we can use to develop, we can write or mention any variable name using only these characters. We cannot use any other variables. Small a to z, capital A to z, 0 to 9, and underscore. Only using of these characters we can declare one variable name. Okay. And one more thing, the first character of the variable name must not be numeric values, not be numeric values. Okay, that means we cannot declare some variable name like this. For example, int 1 num. We cannot mention like this. This is a wrong one. Okay, this is a wrong one. We cannot declare the variable name. The first character must not be a number. Okay, we cannot mention the number as the first character of the variable name. If you are writing like that, that is going to be an error. Okay, I will show you. And no special characters except underscore. Except underscore. We can use only one special character in the total keyboard for the variable declaration, that is underscore only. We can write only underscore for the variable declaration. Only one character, that is underscore, only the special character when we are using in writing that variable names. Okay. And the last one, that is there is no spaces in the variable name. For example, I am going to write first name, FIRST, first name. Don't write like this. This is also wrong. Why it is wrong? There is a space here in the variable name. Okay, there is a space. If you want to any space here, just go for underscore. Okay, this is correct one. There is no, this is not a correct one. If you are mentioning any space, that is the wrong variable name. No other space is also a special character. Okay, but in the variable name, only one special character, that is underscore only. Okay, you have to use these variable name rules when we are writing variables in any programming language, not only C. Okay, I will show you here. For example, I am going to write here one num. I am going to execute it. Look at here. It is going to give an error here. No doubt about that. It is going to give an error. One num is an error here. I'm going to delete. I can write after the first character. I can write here also. I can write num 1 0 to 9. No problem. But we cannot mention as the first character. For example, if I am going to compile it, it is going to give the error here. It is going to execute. There is no errors at all. Why? Because the variable names are perfect. No problem for the variable names. For example, I am going to give here the first character, FIRST, first name like this. If I am going to compile it, it is going to be given error in the first name. Why it is? There is no spaces here, right? If you want to write any space, just use underscore. If I am going to compile it, there is no errors. Okay, we have to mention, for example, some other special character, that is bracket or anything else. For example, if I am going to compile it, look at the error here. There is no other special character instead of underscore. For example, any other special character, it is going to give the error every time. We have to use only one special character, that is underscore. Is it clear, everyone? Note down on the notebook. Only one special character, that is underscore. We have to use the variable names with the character set is A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9, underscore. The first character must not be a numeric values. There is no space in the variable names. These are the rules when we are writing the variable names. Write briefly in our notebook, everyone. Okay. I think everyone is following, right? If you are not following, if you are any doubts, I'm going to create one group here. I already forwarded that group link to you. Okay, just join in the group. If you have that group, then you can ask your doubts in that group. Okay, no problem for that. If you have any doubts regarding any programming language, you can WhatsApp me in this number. I will, when I am free, I will give the response to you. Not all the time. If I am free, then I will immediately respond to you. This is my WhatsApp number, 995172211. Okay. If you have any doubt, just WhatsApp me. Don't call me. Okay. Just WhatsApp me. I will respond to you when I am free. If it is a midnight or no problem, I will respond to you. I will try to solve your problem. Okay. Already sent the WhatsApp group link. Just everyone just join in that group. If any other informations and the next class, for example, the only 1-2 days we are going to waste some time about joining the class, and what is, if there is any updates, I am going to mention in that group. It is going to be helpful. I am going to give some any challenges, or you have to do any task. I am going to mention in that group. Just everyone join in that group. After this class, just after that means after the 45 days, if you want to continue in that group, no problem. If you want to leave, then leave. Just maintain in the 45 days. We have to join that group.
Sir, send me group link, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Please send me group link, sir, in the chat box.
I will forward the link to you. Okay. Invite
Okay,
link.
sir.
Invite link. I will forward. Just WhatsApp me. I will forward that link to you. Okay, no problem. That is not for only paid ones. If anyone can join in that WhatsApp group, no problem. Okay. That is not only for skill up students. That is any other first year students. No problem. This class is only for paid students. That group is for open. But that is only limited to only for 250 students. Okay. Then these are the variable name rules. Then operators. I'm going to write some operators here. What are the operators? What are the different types of operators here? Note down the operators. Note down the operators. Operators. What are the first operators? That is arithmetic operators. I'm going to give all the operators, and tomorrow we will continue how the operators are going to work. What are the operators? It is arithmetic operators. First one is arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication with star symbol, division, and these are the arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And sorry, one more thing, that is modular division. That is modular division also. These are the arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators in C. Okay. Note down everyone. These are the symbols. These are the symbols, right? In C, we are going to work with these symbols only. Arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modular division. Okay. Note down with the names: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modular division. And the next one is relational operators. What is that? Relational. First one is arithmetic operators. This one is relational operators. Greater than, less than, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. Okay. And double equal to, that means is it equal or not, and not equal to. These are relational operators. Greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, equal to. That is comparison operator. This is a comparison operator, and this is a logical. Sorry, not equal to. Not equal to. Okay, note down everyone. Greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, and not equal to. Equal to and not equal to. These are the relational operators. And the next one is logical operators. Logical operators. That is double ampersand is logical, and double pipe symbol. This operator is going to be, this symbol is going to work in above the enter key value, enter key. Above the enter key, you have to press with shift 2 times. This is the logical R. First one, ampersand is logical, and this symbol name is a pipe symbol. Pipe symbol, this is logical R. Okay. And R and not symbol is for logical not. This is logical and logical R, logical not. Three operators. Logical and logical R, logical not are the three operators. These are the logical operators. The last one is bitwise operators. And the last one is bitwise operators. Left shift operator, right shift operator, left shift operator, right shift operator, bitwise and bitwise or, that means if you are mentioning this is a logical and, that 2 ampersand means it is a logical and, if it is single ampersand means it is a bitwise and. The pipe symbol also 2 bitwise, 2 pipe symbols means it is a logical or, if one pipe symbol it is going to be a bitwise or. And bitwise and or, bitwise XOR, that is a cap symbol, bitwise not. Bitwise not. This is a tilt symbol, tilt. This is going to be left side of the one, left side of one, left hand side of one key. First one is the right shift operator, that is the right shift operator. Next one is the left shift operator, bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise XOR, bitwise not. Bitwise not. These are the bitwise operators. Note down all the operators. Note down all the operators: addition, subtraction, arithmetic operators. What are the different types? Arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, and bitwise operators. There are the 4 types of operators are there here. Most of all the operators are same, but some. Hello. Yes, these are the operators. Okay. Then, well done everyone. Okay, we will discuss tomorrow about each of the operators, how they are going to be working.
Sir,
Okay,
after right shift and left shift, what is it, sir?
bitwise and is the AND operator. Bitwise and. Bitwise and
Next to
operator.
sir.
Bitwise or. Bitwise X. I will write here. I will write here. Bitwise and bitwise or. Bitwise is common. X or. Okay. Then next one is bitwise not. Bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise XOR and bitwise not. This is going to be represented with this ampersand symbol. This is going to be pipe symbol, and this is going to be a cap symbol, and this is going to be a tilt symbol. These are the operators. Yes, everyone just practice what I am teaching here. Just practice means don't by heart the things. What I am teaching, don't by heart. Programming language, first of all, the programming languages are not for the by heart things. Just we have to understand the concept and we have to implement it. For example, I am going to teach here, for example, some 100 programs. We are going to be by heart the 100 programs, there is no use. That means the new other program is there. Some 101 program we cannot write. Here I am going to teach you how to build the logic, how to write your own logic into the C program. My main task is that one. Okay, that is very simple thing. Very simple thing we can write. The main thing here, the last in our education system, last 4-5 years, what we are reading from 9th to 9th, 10th, and first year and second year, the last 4 years, that some schools and colleges are doing that. We are going to be by heart and Xerox machines, right? That is not a good one. Just this is engineering, right? Everyone, I am going to intimate you, don't by heart any concept. Just understand the concept and implement own. That is happening in IITs and NITs. They are understanding the concept. They are writing their own. They are not copying, pasting anything. If you are writing any some by heart anything and we are writing anything, that is definitely a malpractice. No doubt about that. In engineering, it is 100% a malpractice, genuine malpractice. Don't copy paste. Don't imagine that you are a Xerox machines, right? Understand the concept. Write your own. Write your own every time. In other countries, if you are a graduate student, you are eligible to write one book also. That much of knowledge is there. Why means they are understanding the concept only. But here in our education system, you are not understanding the concept. We are purely by hearting the concept. Okay, especially girls. Why I am mentioning girls here means I experiencing that type of girls. I really don't take for personal like this. But so many are doing exactly what is in the textbook. Exactly, they are copying and pasting. Okay, don't do like that. If your percentage is going to be a bit low, no problem for that. Understanding the concept is higher than 90%. I think. I am thinking that. Don't go for high expectation percentages, 90, 95, like intermediate. You cannot get in. I think in engineering, 75 is the good percentage. I think 75 is a huge percentage. It's belong to 95 in intermediate. Just don't run for the percentages. Don't by heart the things. Just understand the things. In exams also write your own. What you understand from the concept, write your own. Okay. Thank you very much. Just follow my instructions here. Don't practice whole day for C. Just if after the class, just take 15 to 30 minutes. That's it. That is more than enough. You don't take some 5 to 6 hours of practice. But I want practice at least half an hour on the C programming when I am teaching. At least 15 to 30 minutes is enough. Every day you have to practice at least 15 to 30 minutes. Don't whole day 5 hours or not like that. Some students are thinking that yes, I listen all the class for 1 week and the Sunday I am going to practice for 6 hours. Don't do like that. I don't want that type of practice. I want the practice at least 15 to 30 minutes daily. That's it. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, and we will meet tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
సార్
Hmm.
సార్ ఒకసారి మొబైల్లో ఎలా ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలో చెప్తారా సార్?
నేను ఆ యాప్ని ఫార్వర్డ్